Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, we're going to build a beautiful, professional paywall screen in Flutter that works on both mobile and web. This is the kind of UI you see in popular apps with premium subscriptions. We'll create swipeable pricing cards with a Glassmorphism effect, gradient icons, and smooth animations. So let's dive right in. First, let's create a new Flutter project. Now let's add our background image. Create a new folder in your project root called Assets. Now take your background image. I'm using a beautiful portrait image and rename it to bg.png. Then drag and drop it into the Assets folder. Perfect! But Flutter won't recognize this image yet. We need to tell Flutter about it in the pubspec.yaml file. Let's open the pubspec.yaml file. Scroll down until you find the Flutter section. You'll see some commented lines about assets. Now uncomment the assets line and add our image path. It should look like this. The assets should be indented under Flutter, and the file path should be indented under Assets. Excellent. Now Flutter knows about our background image. Now comes the fun part, building our paywall UI. Open the lib folder and find main.dart. This is the default Flutter counter app. We're going to completely replace this with our paywall screen. Don't worry, I'll walk you through the important parts, and you can find the complete code in the description below. Let's start coding. First, let's understand our app structure. We have two main classes, My App. This is our root widget that sets up the Material app with our theme. Paywall screen. This is our main screen with all the UI components. Notice we're using a stateful widget because we need to track which pricing card is currently selected. This is stored in the current page variable. We also have a page controller that manages our swipeable cards. The viewport fraction, 0.85, is what makes the adjacent cards partially visible. This is a nice UX pattern that tells users they can swipe. And here's something important for Flutter Web. We need to import the gestures library and configure the scroll behavior to accept both touch and mouse input. This is what makes the swiping work on web browsers. Let's look at how the pricing cards work. We use a pageview.builder to create our swipeable cards. Each card is built using the build pricing card method. The card has a dark glass effect with colors black with opacity 0.4. This creates that beautiful translucent look over our background image. Notice the best offer badge. This only appears when his best offer is true. We're using conditional rendering with the if statement right inside our widget tree. This is a clean Flutter pattern. The page view automatically handles the swiping gesture, and when the page changes, we update our current page variable using the onPageChanged callback. This triggers a rebuild, which updates the button text at the bottom. Now let's talk about these beautiful feature icons. Each icon box has a gradient background that goes from purple to blue. We're using a linear gradient with two colors, purple and blue, and the gradient flows from top left to bottom right. This creates a much more premium look compared to a solid color. The features are stored in a simple list of maps with icons and text, then we map through them to create each row. This makes it super easy to add or remove features. Just edit the list. One of the coolest features is this dynamic button at the bottom. Notice how the text changes when you swipe between pricing options? This works because we're using pricing options current page button text. Whenever current page changes, Flutter rebuilds this widget with the new text. We also have conditional subtitle text that only appears for the free trial option, auto renews after trial. This is another example of conditional rendering in Flutter. Alright, let's see this in action. Look at that. We can click and drag to swipe between cards. The button text updates perfectly and everything is smooth. This is the power of Flutter. One codebase, multiple platforms, consistent beautiful UI everywhere. And there you have it. A professional, production-ready paywall screen in Flutter that works on web and mobile. This UI pattern is used by countless successful apps, and now you know how to build it yourself. You can use this as is or customize it to match your app's branding. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop a comment below if you want to see more Flutter UI tutorials like this. The complete source code is available in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy coding!